again, we're here at the West Jeff ball game, high school football. And I'm here tonight with a guest announcer here with me, Bill Markley. We're going to do the London West Jeff ball game. Bill, you know a bit about this West Jeff team. You want to tell me just a little bit of what you think about might happen tonight? Okay. And don't coach.
All right, Gary, first of all, I want to thank you for letting me come up here with you. I really appreciate it. These West Jeff kids are going to come out and fight you hard for about 3 quarters. Their numbers are awful low. They only got 27 kids out, and they're struggling. They're struggling with their offense. They missed Tony Amon, who was the backbone of this team for 3 years, and it's going to be hard for them to replace him.
That'll do for right now. And we're just going to do another few seconds here, Carl. Pick up my other sidekicks here who'll be iterating some few things during the night. We got Billy Ray Cyrus, Tommy Jean, and Billy Joe. Okay, and back to the field. And here we got the Running Red Raiders coming out in a smoke screen, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for this big game, crosstown rivalry with West Jeff.
Well, I could probably figure that up.
I think we're looking for a pretty good game, Bill. Starting out here, West Jeff usually fights London Jam up, no matter what kind of record, what kind of team they got. They usually end up fighting this Jam up, so I think we can look for a pretty good contest.
Well, I think you're going to see an outstanding contest. What you got to, Gary, tonight is a fast track. West Jeff didn't want to see a fast track here this evening.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. High school, and they're going through the alumni and the band tunnel there. I think that's pretty neat the way they do that. Gives a little more added incentive, gets more parents involved into it.
London will beat them by 50. I come over last night and watched the 8th graders play, and I had the old boys crying on my shoulder.
Carl,
I think London's going to do
you got a sign here, London Town. They've knocked off Plains, the Tigers, the Jets, Alder. West Jeff is next in line. Can they do it? Olentangy, Lions, Courthouse.
I think they're hot dogs and everything. This year,
Big Nut and Lakewood.
That's the game I want to see, Gary. Olentangy.
Olentangy, that'll be next week.
London.
So
at London.
we're looking for you to be there. Getting ready for the kickoff, Bill. Who did he say was going to kick off for him? Seth Clark?
Seth Fry, Gary.
Seth Fry.
I was told that Noble's going to be wearing number 86 tonight, I believe.
Okay.
In case you don't know.
Okay, we just got a tip. I think Noble might be wearing number 86. We'll check it out. We got Roger Clerk and Harris back here. By the way, Harris is running over. Yeah. By the way, Harris is carrying over 200 yards so far. Got a short kick. He's looking for somebody to throw back to. Got a good wall. Can he run? And who was that? Number 20.
Brent North takes the kickoff, returning to the 25.
That was Brent North. Brent North was a kickoff returner at time.
By Tom Collins.
London takes over on their own, what? 25 yard line. Bill, you just jump in there anytime. I know you know the game. You played a lot of it.
Looks like West Jeff's going to crowd the line of scrimmage early here, Gary.
A little motion.
And whistles are blowing from every direction as
Penalty marker on the snap.
they run Harris up the middle, and we got a penalty marker on the snap.
Legal procedure, Gary.
Legal procedure against London.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Illegal motion.
Change that to illegal motion coming from Mr. Kyle up there in the press box. And we got a wide out to the left. Same setup. And here comes Harris right up the middle. He's got some room. If he'd have held his footing, it might have been trouble. Harris picks up about, what, 7 yards?
He lost his footing. He was gone, Gary.
He looked like he had a good shot of getting out of there.
That's still a great run by Michael, though.
Yeah, Michael's been doing real good so far this year. He's got well over 200 yards a game. He's looking at a possible chance to go over 1,000 yards tonight in 5 games. So
if you watched Michael this summer, you know he paid the price to be where he's at right now, Gary.
Boy worked hard.
He worked very hard.
And a pitch out to Harris out to the left side. He's got room. Can't quite turn the corner.
That's well played by London's defensive end there, Eddie Harper, who will be an all-league performer here.
West Jeff defensive end.
Eddie Harper, number 58.
Pass the ball carrier.
You said London.
I'm sorry, did I really? I apologize.
6-yard line.
I know you're pro London. You do have a little West Jeff blood in you.
See, they're flip-flopping Eddie, Gary, from the wide side of the field. They're flip-flopping to the wide side of the field again.
They had it on the 20.
So we got it wide out to the right this time. Number 81, I believe that's
Dwyer, isn't it?
Drew Dwyer, I think.
Yeah.
You got Noble wearing 86.
Bingo. You're here.
Little slant in past the Dwyer. Should that have been caught? I don't know. Looked like it should have been caught.
It'll be 2nd down, 10.
Yep, Carl. I'm sorry, Carl.
And we'll see if we can pick up a little bit of London's offense here. I believe we have on the line, we have Maxwell, number 72, Rutherford, 74, Senator Myers, number 59, Fincham, and Good, and Dwyer.
He's got to work on the pass.
Or the offensive line.
Clerk's at tailback.
And we got some more movement here in the line here. Running a quarterback is Sean Kahn. Brad Teal will be fullback. And Mike Harris is your tailback.
Offside London.
5-yard penalty against London. Illegal procedure. It'll be 2nd down, 15.
This looks like it's going to be a penalty night for London. We got the wide receivers who are Jared Alexander and Pete Robinson. Jared Alexander's number 4, who done a really good job last week. I think he came up with a touchdown. Done a good job.
There's Andrew Wenzel checking in for West Jeff as a free safety on a passing situation here, number 24.
And we're looking for Kahn. He's throwing. He got a receiver that's picked off by number 6.
Adam Stover.
Adam Stover.
They call him Smoke.
Smoke, huh?
11th grader, good ball player. He's our tailback.
He played that heads
Excellent.
up.
Yep, he played it excellent.
Played it perfect. I'm surprised Kahn wasn't able to see him because he was just lurking in the shadows, just waiting to get that ball.
I like seeing Sean come out there with that instead of throw it.
Well, that's what I said earlier. Everybody's thinking because West Jeff's got low numbers this year, but they play London heads up. They don't give London no breaks. London is in for a fight.
You and I have discussed it, Gary. You know Dave Metz is a very good coach. He doesn't have the numbers, he doesn't have the talent this year he's had in the past, but he does a very good job.
Tackled by Pete Robinson.
And as London goes on defense, they got
Gain of a yard on the play.
on defense. We have a lot of these guys play both sides of the ball. Bill, we got Brad Teal on defensive end, Drew Dwyer defensive end. Your tackles are Ron Myers and Shad Good.
You got Dusty Hubbard in there, Gary.
Dusty Hubbard, number 51. He done got him a starting spot there, hasn't he, Zeke?
Got him a starting spot now.
And he got a fumble. And I think West Jeff come up with it. That ball was bouncing around everywhere.
Fumble on the play. West Jeff.
And I heard Coach Caldwell on the back hollering ball there. He thought he was a little Pee-wee boy's ball. You go, man.
16.
And then we got linebackers Brent North and Ty Dowler, Pete Robinson, and Jason Noble. Defensive back Sean Kahn, Mike Harris, and Nathan Dorn. And that completes, and if you get a chance, we'll give the offense there for West Jeff. And London's not giving up much. A little quick bogan rifle over the right side.
Excellent defense.
Ron Myers.
For West Jeff, a quarterback tonight, Gary, you have Jason Howell, a senior quarterback, making his first start this year. He's been injured all through the preseason, had a severe shoulder separation. He should play a decent game this evening, Jason should. At center, you got Justin Cavney. He's a junior, doing a real fine job for them this year. Your left guard is Corey Amon. Your right guard is Eddie Harper. Your right tackle is Jason Bogenreif. And Tom Collins is your left tackle.
And we just got a good punt off. Call for a fair catch.
Your wide receivers there for that West Jefferson starting unit are Brian Smith and Andrew Wenzel.
Okay. Who punted that ball that time? That's a pretty good punt there.
That was Corey Stryker.
Corey Stryker looked like he got off about a 30-yard punt or better.
Decent punt under those situations.
Yeah.
Those conditions.
Corey Stryker.
You know, if you got room to run. That was uncalled for. There wasn't even nobody.
They got the Raiders backed up pretty good there, Gary.
Quit that.
Hit their back door. So far, it's been West Jeff's game. But it's just going to take one break here, and I'm looking for Harris to
Coach
get a
Metz
little
is
footing
playing
here in a
that
minute.
field position.
Metz is a very smart coach.
Yes, he is.
And I'm sure he watched the London games, every one they've had so far. London didn't back up. They throwed it out there. Here goes number 4. Who is?
Jared Alexander.
That's the Iceman.
Jared Alexander, Iceman. Got good hands. That's right. Runs good patterns. And that's what's going to open it up for Harris. Them quick passes.
That's exactly right, Gary. You got to throw it to open up that run. If you throw against these people, you can run against them.
We got a packed house here tonight. It's not quite as big as last time we came over.
That was a well-thrown ball, though. You know that?
The ball was right on the money.
Right in his hands.
And it was good defense, too, really.
Yes, sir, it was. That ball was thrown right where it had to be.
And we got Harris up the middle for a short gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Harris, the ball.
I believe they're going to key on Harris pretty hard.
Yeah, they will.
Pretty tight.
They'll be shadowing Mike all night long.
Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be second down, 7.
2nd and 7 with a gain of 3 on that play. On the 42-yard line. We got 7 minutes and 29 seconds left in the first quarter. No score. Both teams seem like they're just trying to feel each other out and see what they can do and what they can't do. And Harris ran into a wall. No gain.
That's David Tumbleson. He's one of the better defensive players they have, Gary.
I tell you what, right now, Jeff is showing they're kind of fired up for this game.
Yes, sir, they are.
Somebody lit a fire underneath them. This don't look like a team I've been reading about or watching in the paper.
They'll gather themselves for this one this evening.
London sets up in, I believe, a full house. Now we got one wide out to the left.
Motion.
Harris a single back.
Illegal procedure.
Pass is there, and we got an illegal procedure.
We're punting.
Every penalty so far has went against London.
Tyler Hamilton caught the pass. There's a penalty marker on the play.
That was a good throw by Sean. He was under a lot of pressure.
He throws good, Bill. When he's running to his left, seems like he throws better. Running against it seemed to, well, maybe not, but it seems like your normal pass would be running to your right, stop, set up, and throw.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of good passers run to the left and are able to release the ball and be pretty accurate.
That's right.
Are on.
Yeah, he's an excellent quarterback.
West Jefferson declined the penalty.
London's going to punt.
Down 6, about 5.
I think they've done more punting tonight so far than they've done all year.
This is a defensive-minded West Jefferson team. They like to play defense.
We got Drew Dwyer punting for London. That's a pretty decent punt there.
That's
Go ahead,
excellent
Drew.
punt.
Look at this field. All right, they stopped the ball, killed it on the 5-yard line. Like you said, excellent punt.
On the 5-yard line where the Rough Riders
You go, boy.
First and 10.
And the Rough Riders now got their backs against the wall. And there's still no score. This might turn into a situation where the best field position
Yes, sir. You're
is
right,
going
Gary.
to end up being the first score.
You're exactly right, Gary.
Got him averaging about 46 yards there.
Okay.
That was all of it, too, there, David.
We got Drew Dwyer, who just made that last punt. He's averaging right around 46 yards, Bill.
That was an excellent punt. A lot of leg.
That was pretty much it.
A lot of leg.
A lot of leg.
Is he injured, Gary? I look like a cast on that young man's arm there.
He broke his finger or some part of his hand in about the first game, or scrimmage game, I think it was. And he's been wearing it wrapped up like that every game. That can be a big hindrance when he goes to catch the ball. And, you know, I forgot about that when he missed that pass down there. That's going to be a hindrance when he goes to make them receptions.
That's the best leg I've seen in London High School in quite some time, Gary.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me kick, Bill. Hey,
I know Harold did.
I could lose it. I taught Harold. What are you talking about?
Harold had a live leg.
Tell you what, Thomas and them guys, they're taking it right at London. They're running pretty hard. Thomason picked up probably about 5 yards on that carry and didn't want to go down.
No, David's a hard-nosed player. He's an excellent wrestler, too, Gary.
Is that right?
Outstanding wrestler. I'm sorry.
We have to apologize if the camera's bouncing around or anything. We're kind of cramped up in here. We weren't able to get in the press box, and so we're just kind of cramped up in here. We just do the best we can, and everything's going to work out fine. We got a quick hitter up the middle by Bogenreich.
15 to the 16-yard
and he picks up a first down.
First down for the Rough Riders.
This is the first time I've ever seen Jason run the football. Jason
right?
Bogenreich. This is the first time. This is something new.
Most Bogenreichs I know of are pretty strong kids.
They call him the big hillbilly here in West Jefferson.
Oh, now see?
He's a big, strong kid.
Jason Bogenreich. We got a couple Bogenreichs in London that are big, strong kids.
Yes, sir. Those are related to Jason, too. The young fellow that broke his leg. There goes Smoke. Good run by Smoke Stover.
Smoke Stover.
The ball carrier. He's tackled by Theo and Nate Dorn.
That's 2 first downs in a row, Bill.
Gary, they're working on the middle of the line there. Right at you.
And this line, from what I've been hearing, is supposed to be one of the best lines we've had for years.
Yes, sir.
You got Stover averaging about 5.5 yards a carry.
He's an excellent runner, Dave, between the tackles. He's an excellent runner between the tackles.
And we got a wide out to the right, number 4.
Yep.
And I got a feeling we may have a penalty against West Jeff this time. So it all's going to even itself out.
Penalty against West Jefferson. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, illegal procedure. It'll be first down at 15.
And it's first and 15 for West Jeff, Bill. West Jeff sends a man in motion. Quick hitter up the middle once again.
That's Bogenreich again.
And he won't go down.
Bogenreich, the ball carrier.
And if that knee don't hit the ground, you're not down.
Right.
Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Just climb over people and keep on getting up.
He's a big, strong boy. You know, he played center on the basketball team last year, Gary. He's just barely 6 foot tall.
Yeah, I know it.
Had 15 rebounds about every night.
No ball on the tackle.
Jason Noble on the tackle. Thanks a lot, Zeke. I'm about to pick up some of these tacklers from people making tackles for London. Second and 9 for West Jeff, and we got another whistle.
Timeout West Jeff, Gary.
Timeout Jeff.
Time.
Okay, and once again, we got a second and 9 here. West Jeff got another man in motion once again. They're looking back for the pass. What do we got going? Good reception for no gain. Might have took a loss on that.
Yeah, I don't know why you run a play like that, Gary.
I think he might have did that to maybe try to open up a little bit more in that middle. Let him know that, hey, we will pass if we have to.
But Dave will pass only if you make him. He does not like to pass.
Well, and then a lot of times you got to have the people who can play the passing game, and everybody doesn't have that.
He'll throw short tonight and try and beat you short, and throw a long one just to throw you off balance. That's all. Comes Winslow for West Jeff out wide left. He's probably their best receiver there, Gary. If they throw long, it'll be to Andrew.
And we got a quarterback sack, and London's been waiting for that as the crowd goes crazy.
Look like a jailbreak, Gary.
He made that tackle. Pete Robinson was in on that tackle. I'll just copy off of him.
18-yard line, it'll be
Fourth down and 24.
That was Robertson, Teal, and Dwyer.
We had a gaggle on that then. It was Robinson, Teal, and Dwyer in on that tackle.
That's a giggle.
A giggle, okay. And we got a decent punt.
Nice kick. Nice kick.
Probably go out of bounds at about 40-yard line. 45.
at the 46-yard line.
I was rapping one time on here, and I said, hey, he's at the 55-yard line. Everybody got all my cakes. I thought I was back in Canada, you know. That's where I come up, you know.
Yeah, the 110-yard field.
Born and raised in Canada, you know how that is. French Canadian, that's me.
See, they're playing that 6-man.
That's on my daddy's side.
2 linebackers up there in the box, 6 men on the line of scrimmage, 8 men. So what you got to cover the pass with? 3. But London doesn't like to pass it. They're not that efficient in their passing.
You can sure run a post here all day long, Dale, couldn't you?
And we got Harris.
Wide open.
And they're, like you say, they're playing Harris for the run. I did hear a comment saying London didn't like to pass, but they have a very good passing team this year. They're going to upset somebody here in just a few minutes.
You better believe it.
They've been very efficient in their passing game this year.
2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down 8.
You got some good receivers over there. Dwyer's a good receiver. Alexander's a good receiver. Tyler Hamilton's a good big target.
You got Pete Robinson.
And Peter, yeah.
You got a lot of good hands on that team.
Where's Nathan Dorn playing?
Mistakes have stopped.
Just a minute.
Nice pass. Oh!
And a beautiful hit and a fumble on the play.
Those young men from West Jeff will hit you.
And he was hit.
Jefferson has recovered.
That was a beautiful play on both sides.
Yes, sir, it was. Sean Kahn drew the defense, and drew the defense. A beautiful pass.
And soon as Noble caught the ball. Was that Noble caught that ball?
Yeah,
What's his number?
86.
Okay, 86.
Kahn's pass was complete to Jason Noble. He was tackled by Stover. Wes Everson.
That was an excellent timed hit by Smoke Stover on that play, Gary.
Perfect time hit.
Otherwise, the young man will still be running.
Ends the first quarter.
And the end of the first quarter, we still have nothing to nothing. And with West Jeff taking over on offense. Start the second quarter here. West Jeff had just covered a fumble, made a beautiful hit on a pass receiver. Coughed that ball up real good. He done a job on him.
There'll be no passing from here on in, Gary.
You don't think so?
When Dave Metz gets across midfield, there'll be no more passing. You can commit 11 men to the line of scrimmage right now.
Woody Hayes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was Woody Hayes? Was that 2 yards in cloud dust or 10 yards?
3.
3?
3 in a cloud of dust. Woody believes, as Dave Metz does, that there are only 3 things that can happen when you pass the ball, and 2 of them are bad, so it's not in his best interest to do it. Bogenreif again.
I thought we had a little misdirection play there. I kind of lost the ball carrier.
West Jeff likes to trap. They love to trap.
Tackle. Yeah, because I've been noticing he's been having somebody go in motion and come back and set a trap.
They love to trap you.
The old rat trap.
And they have some big offensive tackles in West Jeff. All you've heard all week is about how London's outsized them, but I'm going to tell you, there's Corey Stryker, number 75 for West Jefferson. He's 6'3", all of 275. Very big young man, very big. There's not that big a size differential here.
And we got tailback. He caught the ball up. Did he get it back?
That was a great defensive play. Who was that, Dave? Kid hit that ball, tried to knock that ball right out of there.
Stover the ball carrier. Gain about a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down 4.
Who made the tackle?
Who made that hit, Dale?
I think that was 86. Noble.
It was a good defensive play. He's trying to get that ball back in.
That's the linebacker.
He tackled the football.
He's a hard nose now.
He tackled the football. He did a real good job.
The first man to make the contact, though, is 81 through the wire.
And we got to shift back into.
They're going to punt. They're going to punt.
Going back to the punt.
They're going to let him kick. It's going into the end.
And the ball will go in. Yeah, it's going to fall dead. Come on. Oh.
Stover's punt goes into the end zone.
I thought that official was going to call that dead at the 1 yard line there for a minute.
That's right.
At the 20-yard line.
If he'd have had Tony Amon in that backfield, he wouldn't have punted that ball, Gary.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure they missed Tony Amon, but all good backs got to go by the way of the graduation.
I know you were glad to see him go.
Not really. I enjoyed him. I really enjoyed him.
He was a pleasure. I never saw a child prepare himself to play football more than that child did. That's all he did.
You got that right.
Those were the glorious days of West Jefferson. There's no more.
That's right.
Well, you never know. There's another Amon coming up, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Good move, Sean. Good move.
And Con reaches out and gets a couple more yards there.
Made a nice spin there, Gary.
Tackled by Bogenreif after a 2-yard gain.
I like the London receivers, Gary, getting downfield and blocking. They're getting downfield almost every play and getting in front of somebody.
It's about time for London to wake up and do what got them here. and that's run that ball up that middle and challenge them. They do have a big line. You mentioned Jeff, but how many big guys did they have to go with the fellow that you just
yeah, that's right.
brought in with them?
They're pretty fair size, though. The numbers are unbalanced. However, there's no big size differential.
Looked like the quarterback moved and drew him offside.
Through the wire, 81.
Illegal procedure against London in the 5-yard penalty. It'll be second down 13.
They're choking.
Second down 13, and London is having their problems out there.
They've all been mistakes they've caused themselves, though, Gary. Their problems have all been of their own doing.
I don't know what it is. It seems like West Jefferson seems to have our number when it comes to...
Yeah, I think they're moving. West Jeff's moving on the other line of scrimmage, trying to draw those kids off, too.
And Harris got a chance. He could go. He could go. He won't go down. Hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the football.
Good run by Mike Harris.
Mike Harris.
Excellent run.
He finally got loose, and that fired him up.
About 8 of them had a shot at him.
Yeah. Hey, he's hard to bring down in open field. It usually takes more than one defensive player to bring him down in open field.
That'll stretch them out a little bit, Gary. That'll stretch that defense now.
Well, we just got through saying you got to keep bucking that middle. It's going to break.
Yep.
Eventually, you buck something hard enough, it's going to break. Hit it often enough, and they close it back up. They're not playing too much for the pass. And they keyed on Harris that time, did a real good job on him. He picked up about 2 or 3 yards.
No gain on the play.
Oh, no gain.
Mike looked like he's grown since last year, Gary. Looked bigger, thicker.
Mike has grown. He's been out there baling that hay. Plus lifting weights.
He looks real good.
There was an article in the paper about him and Hap Harris when his uncle cousin played. But there was another cousin that played in the name of Hampton.
Sean's putting it up.
It's up there.
Oh, nobody knew where the football was. The receiver nor the defender knew where that football was, Gary.
He had another cousin who played for London. His name was Hampton, ended up going to North Carolina.
Davy Hampton?
Not Davy. Well, Davy played who was real good, but there was another one.
Charlie Hampton.
Charlie.
That's who it was, yeah. Excellent runner.
And Charlie he ended up going to Division I school down in North Carolina and doing real good. So that family has a football background,
yes, they sure do.
I don't remember the daddy playing anything, but, you know, outside of that.
Be nice to Bill. He's getting old.
That's my buddy. Old Bill.
Well, he's getting old.
He knows where I'm coming from. I wouldn't do anything.
He's done a fine job with Mike, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, he has.
Fine job.
Timeout London. 6 yards. And we're still kind of bucking up that middle. I'm looking for a run by Brad Teal. I haven't seen him carry the ball yet tonight. And he's been averaging pretty good yardage per game. Sean goes back.
Boy, Sean, here they come, buddy.
And that ball should have been caught.
Should have been caught. You're right, Gary.
That ball looked like it bounced off his shoulder pad.
The pass was incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Sean has made some excellent passes under duress this evening. You know that?
He does.
Excellent passes under duress.
Yeah, he can get him across.
I don't know where he got that talent at either, Gary.
Don't you start nothing. Don't you start nothing.
And offensive interference.
I'm just kidding there, Genghis.
His dad was pretty good. His dad
would have been an excellent quarterback if he played football. Excellent quarterback.
I've watched him play softball and come off the wrong foot and wear people out.
One of the best baseball players I ever saw.
He didn't have to go that far. But he was good. And so much for that. Back into the game. Hey, I see we got number 1 Clerk into the game now. Oh, I said London must be going to punt. 3rd and 10.
Oh, it's a loss of down, guys.
It's a 15-yard.
Gee, man, Christmas.
London's getting beat up with penalties tonight, ain't they?
Declined. The offensive interference was accepted.
Well, that's only 3rd down.
Loss of down. It will be 4th down, 25.
No, that's not.
Loss of down.
That's no loss of down.
No.
Oh, Drew gets the leg in that
Another
thing,
decent
doesn't
punt. Oh! We've seen our share of fumbles tonight. And London recovered. So that little situation there turned out for the betterment. We ended up with a gain of 2 yards.
32, Mike Harris recovered the fumble.
Number 32 in on that fumble, Mike Harris. And we ended up gaining 2 yards off that play. And a first down.
You have to handle the punt, Gary. That's going to lose ball games for you when you can't handle the punt.
I think he thought there wasn't nobody too close to him. He seen, 6 points. First thing you got to concentrate on that ball and catch the ball before you do anything else.
Look it right into your hands.
And here goes Teal back, and he takes the sack.
That was a jailbreak, Gary.
It looked like it, didn't it?
David Tummelson and Eddie Harper, two of West Jeff's best defenders, looked like they weren't blocked at all.
They weren't touched.
By Tummelson. Ball goes back to the 43-yard line. It'll be second down. 20.
And we got a situation now. It's what, 2nd and 20?
Yeah.
London hasn't
I'm going to tell you, they're going to have to roll Sean out. I don't think he can sit in that pocket.
Don't look like it, does it?
It looks like the West Jeff kids are more agile on the line of scrimmage there, Gary. They're getting around the block. There you rolling.
Well, we're determined to throw it.
There you go. Look at here.
And we got back about 8 of them.
In on the other side over there.
Good reception there by Dwyer.
Incomplete.
And we got another penalty flag on the field.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
Illegal receiver downfield.
And that's we have to find out who this illegal receiver is. And the Boo Birds aren't liking this at all.
The man flew the flag on the other sideline, Gary.
Trying to figure out who it would be. We'll have to kind of watch for that.
You shouldn't have that when you roll left. Nobody should have been downfield.
That's right.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
My goodness. What was that, 15? Dave, is that 15-yard penalty?
15-yard penalty.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty, loss of down.
Well, they had a double penalty on him again. They called offensive interference again, and I don't know where that's coming from.
I've been trying to figure that one out myself, that offensive interference call. And Sean's going back once again.
There you go.
Good fake. Little short draw play. Another Amon in on there.
You can't run up the middle on Amon because he's going to be standing right there waiting on you. Corey just stays right.
Is he a brother to Tony?
That's Tony's younger brother.
Okay.
He's not the most agile child in the world. He wants you to run right at him. Now the best receiver on West Jefferson team is Wenzel. He needs to step up and catch this punt.
And a line drive punt there, and they're just going to let it go. And he get a good roll. And who picks up the ball? Clerk. Clerk is in on that special teams. He's down there almost every time.
Number 1, is that Clerk?
Clerk,
The
yeah.
young man looks like he has some wheels, Gary.
Oh, he can smoke. He can smoke. I wouldn't think anybody out there can catch him. I really believe. I really mean that. Boy can go. He's only a sophomore.
He a track man, Gary?
He just came here, I think, from out of state. His parents were born and raised here, and they moved back to London. But he can get up and go. And West Jeff lines up in a full house. Well, they got one wide out.
They're in the eye.
Pro eye. And they lost me on that one, Bill. Stover carried that.
Right off tackle, that's Stover, Gary.
I was watching the quarterback. I thought
Brad Teal
did a good job. Tackle was made by Fincham and Teal.
Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be second down, 5.
2nd and 5. And so far, from what I'm seeing, I feel like West Jeff has outplayed London.
The Juice just checked in for West Jefferson. Junior J.J. Simmons at wide receiver.
You worked with all these kids a lot, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did. I played a lot of basketball with these kids.
Them. Stover got off on that one. Got to the 40-yard line.
By Nathan Thorne.
Nathan Thorne made that tackle, Bill. Nathan Thorne's been on quite a few tackles so far tonight. We still have no score with 5 minutes left to go in the first half.
This isn't what we expected, Gary.
No, it isn't what a lot of people expected. I really think that Metz knew what he knew what to expect.
There's a big hillbilly. He's going. Don't let him get started. He's going to be hard to deal with.
What's his name again?
Jason Bogenreich.
Jason Bogenreich. He's a bull. I watched him in basketball, and he is a bull. And he does everything, seems like, fundamentally.
Yes, sir. That's
Nothing
what he is,
extra,
Gary.
Just a fundamentalist.
No flash, just does the fundamentals.
Yeah, and gets it done.
He's a hard-nosed kid.
Got a wide out with Harris checking in, and there goes.
Well, they're running over them tackles, Gary. Running right over them tackles.
Running over right there.
He's tackled by Jason Noble.
You know, if you guys noticed a couple weeks ago against Northeastern just kept running off tackle and off tackle. That big fullback for Northeastern probably had about 140 yards that ball game. And you know, it's obvious that West Jefferson studied films real well.
Oh, yeah.
And they know the weakness of London's defense.
I guarantee you Metz was watching that one.
Oh, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he watched the last game. Because he got this way he could scout both teams. And they stopped him. Stover once again up the middle, and he stopped for no gain.
You know, you can sit and talk about it all you want. London's got guys on that sidelines that go 300 pounds. You got to stop the middle. You got to start putting some beef in there. You know, like
272 down there, Gary. Is that Maxwell?
Where's the beef?
What'd you say? 72 for West Jefferson. Is that Mr. Max for London? Is that Maxwell?
I think so.
I've been hearing a lot about Mr. Maxwell from my father. He's
a big kid.
He's going to be an excellent lineman.
Uh-oh. And the big...
Excellent run by the big hillbilly. Excellent.
You said it, I did. Bogenreich made an excellent run. Little spin move, got him out of trouble. And they got him clear down to about the 30-yard line. First down for West Jeff. With right at 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. West Jeff is probably deepest they've been in our territory so far.
West Jeff couldn't ask for any better field position at this time in this game, Gary.
And I tell you what, also, if it gets down to it, I saw him kicking field goals from about 25 in practice. So.
We have two children, Seth Fry and Brian Picken, both got the leg to kick it from
Brian
25 and in. Yes, sir, he can.
I know Brian.
Excellent
nothing
play.
there.
Excellent play.
Stover, the ball carrier, and he was knocked down by Pete Robinson.
That was excellent penetration by Peter Robinson. Peter took on the blocker, defeated him, and then met the back, still in the backfield. Excellent play.
And we got 2nd 10. The ball's on 30-yard line. West Jeff comes out with a double wide out, one to each side.
He's going to throw it, Gary.
Can't even watch it.
I guess not.
Now we got Stover once again.
Stover, the ball.
Good for about 3 yards, 2 yards.
He's tackled by Chad Good.
Chad Good in on that tackle.
2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down 8.
One thing nice about these speakers here is you can hear them, and we don't have to really pick up the tackles so much, because they're going, you know, we're just more or less repetitive. We're trying to get this London defense fired up.
Timeout West Jeff, Gary.
And West Jeff will delay that. Okay, West Jeff's fired up. They kind of cooled down London, but they're right back into it. West Jeff's 3rd down and 8 on the 28-yard line. Trouble.
Look at here.
Trouble. Oh!
You called it, Dave.
Couldn't have been thrown any better, Gary. Excellent.
Been a touchdown.
Excellent pass by Jason Howe. Excellent pass, Jason.
Couldn't have been thrown any better.
No, sir. That was a touchdown. Right in his hand. But
Bogenreich wasn't able to hold on to that one.
In defense of Jason, you know, Gary, he's been playing the line until tonight. He played line all year this year.
Is that right?
He's not touched the ball.
Yeah,
But he sure should have touched that one.
Yeah, it touched him.
Bogey. I love you, Bogey, but you should have had that one.
4th down. 4th down, about 8.
Say, just fired up. It's hard to tell what's going to happen here. Good fake, and we got a sack. He gets rid of it.
Good play by Jason Howe.
Drew Dwyer.
Who's the defender? Drew Dwyer?
Drew Dwyer. I thought that should have been a sack.
London will take over on downs after 27 in the 28-yard line.
and a half left in the second quarter, Bill. Still no score.
Yes, sir.
The game's been played basically between the 25-yard lines, mostly on London's end of the field.
Yes, sir. I'm really impressed with Drew Dwyer, Gary.
I'm impressed with Wes Jeff so far.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can't beat Drew. Drew's a...
There you go, straight dive. There you go, big call.
Could be trouble, could be trouble. Oh, good block. He got a block, he could be going. Did he stay in?
Oh, there's the penalty.
That should be a penalty.
They're talking about straight dive all night long. That's what they need. How many yards is that? Good. How many yards is that?
We've been calling for that straight dive, like I said, right up the middle all night. That's what we've been saying most of the night. And finally, you hit it, sooner or later it's going to break.
That's right.
Sooner or later it's going to break, and it's going to be there for him.
Straight dive. In between.
Michael set up his blockers very well, Gary. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Set him
That's
up
a good
real
peel
well.
back block on
Yes, sir.
Harris has got about 90 yards.
And at this point in the game, Harris is looking at it right pretty close to 90 yards.
Yeah, he's got
And he
it.
really hasn't had the ball that much. Well, that changed the field.
Out of bounds at about the 33.
It looked like it should have been a late hit to me.
It was a late hit. It was a late hit. Hit him out of bounds, Gary.
But we've been, oh, they called it?
Personal foul.
Evidently, they must have called it.
Down to the
But we've been dealing with late hits. Last week, Bill, you would not believe the late hits London had to deal with. There must have been at least 15. First down, London. On about the 17-yard line. Minute 19.
Left to go in the half.
Shouldn't come away with nothing less than 3, Gary, here.
Straight dive again. I've known it again.
I thought Harris was going to try to ladle that ball for a second. I know his arms are sore because they're biting and pinching.
They're scratching and digging.
You come through here, you're going to pay.
That's Big Eddie Harper.
Big Eddie Harper.
6 yards in the backfield, he's not going to get it right now.
striker on the tackle.
How much time, Carl?
Straight dive, just like what they just ran.
Brad Teal has not touched the ball.
Time's holding up pretty good. We're have to get this in 2 hours. We have to roll on a regular 2-hour tape because anything worse than that, apologize to the folks who've been watching the game on Channel 11. It seems like it tracks on any long play tapes. We have to keep the game within 2 hours and to give the people a really good picture. And we're getting ready to go pick up the camera. So next week we should be rolling big time.
Good.
I want to thank you for all you did. Not even being in the area, Bill, and you've done an excellent job of helping raise money for me, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I do that for you because of all the things you've done for me and this community, Gary. That's why I do it. Been watching you do things like this for this community since 1962, since I first met you.
And I enjoy doing it. My reward is just seeing the people being happy with some of the things we get to do for them.
You've helped a lot of people, my friend.
We got a wide out with Alexander to the right.
There you go.
Rolls out. He might
going
keep it.
with
He
it.
might keep it. Oh, and that's got to be an interference. They called nothing. I can't believe that.
That's a touchdown if Sean runs it on in anyway. Should took that right on in.
They're going to say he was over the line of scrimmage, I think, when he threw the ball.
If Sean came out running, he'd have scored. Should have took it right on in.
He should have took it right on. I thought he was going to go with it.
Should have took it right on in there.
But he's seen a man wide open. Why run that far when you got somebody sitting there waiting?
If he wasn't across the line of scrimmage, that was definitely interference in the end zone.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, it had to be.
You might want to check that man's residence that's calling that line judge back here.
If he was going like this, he just couldn't get it out. He was going like this.
Well, we're getting some calls tonight I haven't seen in 10 years. I better check them officials' residence.
Definitely interference. Definitely interference.
Play the down over. How do we get out of that, Carl?
Evidently, these officials have figured out they've got a lot of dirty laundry because they sure are throwing an awful lot of flags tonight.
Oh, good
pitch out in the last second. And
He's wide open.
And it's there for a touchdown. Drew Dwyer from Mike Harris. And London finally goes on the scoreboard with 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Touchdown. Go ahead, Darby.
Yeah, I just want to tell you that was the third time that they run that little pass play to Harris, and that's the second time it's gone for touchdown.
Yeah. So what kind of percentage would you call that?
What's that?
What kind of percentage are we going to call that? Yeah, you got to watch this. By the way, the camera shook because Darby put his 300 pounds down on his bench and knocked everything around. And we got a score of 7-0. And what is that string for him?
What's that?
For the kicker.
For Tobin? I don't have the string on.
Oh, you don't have it?
That's his 14-point after.
14-point after with one miss, isn't it?
What's that?
2 misses. He's had 2 misses? Okay.
It's 3.
3 total.
14 out of 17.
Yeah, I think he was one of the leading scorers there for a while in the Columbus area, in this area. Well, Bill, what'd you think about that play?
I can see that Drew Dwyer's not the only one on this team with a leg, Gary.
Oh, he can cook.
That Tobin man's got a good leg, too.
Yeah, well, Tobin is their main kicker. Tobin, he'll kick field goals from about 35, 40 yards and not bat an eye.
I thought Mike Harris, in answering your question, I thought Mike Harris did a wonderful job. He held that ball until that young man broke open.
He sit there and he did. That was very good patience.
To the last second, Gary.
And that's a sign of growing up, maturity.
Yes, sir. That's exactly right.
In the past, he'd probably wanted to take off
Mike
running.
would have took off with that football. You're exactly right. Good point.
No lineman downfield.
But you watch this Tobin kid. He played soccer last year and football, and now I think he's just strictly concentrating on football because he'll probably get a scholarship. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think he's a junior.
Because Drew Dwyer was the only interior lineman downfield. Okay, and everybody else, and you better be calling. They've been calling.
Yeah, Tobin's a junior this year.
See what I'm thinking is
6 foot, 195-pound junior.
getting tackled before he pitched that ball. Now, I don't know if
And his little squib kick.
What's he doing? I don't understand that.
It looks like me that London's not too.
Smith downs the kickoff, but catches
They're not going to give just a chance to run that ball back.
No, what I meant was, why is the young man from West Jefferson down the ball when he catches it?
Probably because Coach told him to.
Yeah.
When you're in that position, we already got good field position. Why jeopardize it and taking a chance on losing it?
ball deep with 50 seconds to go. Now you get him up here.
I don't understand what you mean.
And if you can hear it, some stuff in the background. Bogenreif up the right side, left side. Big bogey.
What number is Peter Robinson, Gary?
46.
46. Pete Robinson, 46. Tackle was made by Noble that time.
I know him the other way. Come in there and I know the number.
Well, London finally broke the ice. And here comes
That's Smoke Stover.
Smoke Stover, and he was smoking. He definitely got first down. And
He's
then
hurt.
some.
He's hurt.
And they can't stand too many more injuries.
No, West Jeff's very thin, Gary. Only have 27 kids out.
He's out of bounds.
He's up and moving.
Gary, West Jefferson usually has a lot of kids that's in the Central High statistics and everything. This year, Stover's the only one that's in Central High statistics for West Jefferson. So you know West Jefferson's got a down year when they've only got one guy in the Central High statistics.
Good point, Dave. Good point.
You know, even though they're having a down year, from the looks of what I've seen so far today, they're not down in this game.
Well, you know the main thing of it is, Gary, it doesn't matter. This is the biggest county rivalry in Central Ohio right here between West Jefferson and London, and always has been.
Used to be London and Urbana. Of course, Urbana was out of the county, wasn't it?
You know, it's just like when
Way out.
It's just like when Ohio State and Michigan meet at the end of the year. It don't matter what the records are. They're going to throw all that out the window when these two teams meet.
That's exactly right, Dave.
Yeah, that's how strong the rivalry is now. No doubt about that.
And what's tough about it is it doesn't go back that far.
Not really.
Because the years past, way before they started picking up the last 10 years ago, or something like that.
In 1983.
London, they ended up quit playing West Jeff because West Jeff just couldn't compete against them. Then all of a sudden their program just turned around and West Jeff took off, and they've been a contender ever since against London. And I give a lot of that credit to Gene Keel.
Gene Keel built
teams up, built this program.
Everything you're looking at here, he's responsible for, I imagine, Gary. He still hangs around.
And he's a heck of a guy.
Yes, he is. A good human being.
No, he's going to run it.
Right up the middle to
chance to put it in the air. I mean,
the big Bogenreif.
You don't want to win if you don't pass the football.
And we in the first half London 7, West Jeff nothing.
Well, they did that one time.
Yeah, but I was just saying what he was saying.
That's the case. You got to throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah, with 6 seconds left?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Just throw it up there. Who cares?
If it gets intercepted.
So welcome back, and we're getting ready to start the second half. London versus West Jeff. We got a score of 7-0. London leading, finally scoring in the last minute or so of the second half. And this is a typical London West Jeff game, Bill. Right now, London is coming in ranked 4th in the football state poll. So in order to live up that number 4 ranking, they're going to have to look a little bit better than what they're doing right now.
Yes, sir.
And as far as West Jeff, are they pretty much up to par to what you've been seeing so far?
Yes, sir. This is what I expected, Gary.
In Division 3, in the computer ranking, London's 6th, and I see Hillsborough is 3rd. And, you know, London like to kill Hillsborough. They wiped them clean off the state.
I don't know how they justify that, Gary.
I don't know how they figure that out, but, you know, I guess maybe it's your people that you play makes the difference. Harris is leading rusher in the area. 901 yards they got him with a 9.5 average. And from what unofficially, I think he needs about, what, 17 yards? Unofficially, Harris needs about 17 yards?
About 12.
About 12 yards to
Give or take a yard.
be the quickest back to gain 1,000 yards in London history. So he's got a good chance of setting a record.
The 32-yard line about...
Stover from West Jeff, he's got 63 carries, 350 yards, 5.5 average.
To take your foot off the thing.
And kick scoring, we got Tobin in the area. He's second in kicking with 25 points. So we got a few people in the scoring there. Interception. Kahn has 3 this year. Dwar's got a 46 average punting, Bill.
Excellent.
And all this stuff I'm giving to is compiled by Zeke, your normal commentator. For this game, Zeke took a break, and he'll be back next week with the whole intangible game.
I don't know anybody knows football any more than that kid. I'm going to tell you that.
Who, Zeke?
Zeke knows it inside out.
Huh? Yeah, he'll probably be coaching in the Pee Wee All-Star game, so I'll get a chance to talk about his coaching because
I've heard from a lot of people he does an excellent job.
well, I listened to him up here, and I think he wants to be down there coaching on the field. And I have to tell him, we can't coach up here, Zeke. We just got to be positive and say nice things about everybody.
I've known him 40 years,
Look at that
Gary.
kick, Bill.
Never
Look
known
at
him to be
that kick.
bashful. Great kick.
Right to the goal line. I think this is the reason London didn't want to kick deep.
That's my guy right there. Andrew
Man, that looks like a
Primetime
great hit.
Winsel.
I think that's the reason London didn't want to kick deep a while ago when we were wondering about that squib kick.
That's an excellent return by Andy Winsel.
Pete Robinson made the tackle, forced out of bounds. From here, it looked like a late hit, but I guess he'd had maybe a couple more, 2 or 3 more yards before it drove him out of bounds. Beautiful return. You say that's Pete Winsel?
Andrew Winsel.
Andrew Winsel. Good go, boy.
We call him Prime Time over here.
Prime time Winsel.
What do you see him play basketball this year, Gary?
I'll be looking forward to it.
Take an extra man out of that box. Now they run it. Oh,
And we got the pass play.
Doogie Howser.
MD. And we want to apologize to the band supporters and the band people. We weren't able to get into the press box this year, and the band had their back to us, so we didn't do the band. But we definitely will have the band up to par and up to snuff again the old Tangier game at home. For some reason we just weren't able to get into the press box, but we'll bring the game from if we had to get in the corner on the goalpost, hang down from there. Hey, and we got a loss. Got caught him on a reverse.
Brad Teal.
Thomason was ball carrier that time.
He's tackled by
Brad Teal was
David was the intended receiver of that pass from Doogie Howser, Gary. And had he caught that, you couldn't catch him.
Is that right?
He can motor.
He can go.
David can really go.
Teal and over.
Well, I'm kind of curious as to see what happens when London does get the ball, because Teal has not touched the ball. And like one of my distant assistants told me, that's what they called me last year, the distant assistant. That now we got a little short quick hitter up the middle.
I think it's going to have to punt.
Went for maybe a couple yards.
Over the ball carrier.
Well, you know, if this is any indication of what's going to happen in the second half, London's tightened up that middle. Looks like West Jefferson's going to have to go ahead and do a little bit of outside work this second half.
They can't get outside, Dave. They're going to have to throw.
And West Jefferson's in a punting situation. Is that Wenzel punting?
No, that's Stover. That's Smoke Stover.
Smokey.
Watch
And
out.
a line drive nearly hit somebody. London's going to get good field position out of it. And London will take over on their own 40.
Stover's punt rolls down at the 39-yard line.
And to get back to what we were saying, I'm looking for Teal to,
10.
one of my distant assistants was making a mention that your up back will hit that hole a lot quicker and can make a lot of things, different things happen for him. And I'm just going to be curious as to see if we do get to see this. Not that I'm trying to coach or anything like that. It's just something we have observed over the past few games.
He's been absent from your attack this evening. Been doing a lot of blocking.
And he is a good blocker.
He's an excellent blocker, Gary. He's an excellent blocker.
Little wide out down the sideline. Here we go. And Alexander makes a good catch. Runs out of bounds.
Complete to Jared Alexander. He's out of bounds.
This Alexander's a really good athlete all around. He can play just about any sport. And I believe that DJ, one of his buddies, is going to be back in about 2 more games.
Should be eligible soon, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I think about 2 more games we'll get a chance to see him.
Yeah.
I know he's getting antsy. He's down there. Then we got the pro eye with Harris up the middle.
Mike's got good feet, doesn't he, Gary?
Yeah, Mike's got
Excellent
good feet, good vision. He can see the floor. He can see the field well.
He's improved 100% from last year. He really has. He's seeing the hole, seeing everywhere he wants to go.
Anytime you can get over 200 yards a game, you're playing some football.
Setting up his blocks real well. He's being patient. Turning into a real good runner. And that only comes with experience, Gary. Daggone it. You gotta get the repetitions.
He paid his dues to get where he's at.
He did.
He's got good acceleration. They wasn't going to let him get loose that time. I thought he was going to get away.
Harris, the ball carrier.
Looks like he's messing with his knee.
Heyman. He's to the 42-yard line.
And according to unofficially, Harris needs possibly 2 or 3 more yards to be the quickest back to break 1,000 yards in the season.
That's phenomenal, 1,000 yards at half a season, Gary.
You got that right.
That's phenomenal.
You would imagine some bigger schools would be looking at him. I'm not sure where they are, but I would think so.
He got it.
And he looks like he may have just broke the record. Which I'm not. I think he's aware of that record. Doing a good job.
I think the wear down process is beginning, Gary.
Yeah, well, you're looking at
opening them up.
I look at the sidelines for Jeff and the sidelines for London. London's got 3 times as many ball players sitting on that sideline to work with. And this is probably one of the smallest teams I've seen West Jeff have as far as
numbers, Gary.
Numbers, yeah.
Since I've been around here, the smallest I've seen.
Going to get some more people to move in. What was that all about? I missed that. Quarterback sneak.
Snuck for the first down.
Oh, look where the markers are.
Justin Cavity. A gain of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 9.
Second and 9.
87. He's got 35 this one.
So he's over 100.
Oh, yeah. They started on the 30-yard line. He's carried it every play except that. Possibly. Well, that was 7 yards.
Okay, we've got the pro eye. Con comes back, hands off to Harris. And there it goes again. It's Harris. He's trying.
Harris, the ball carrier.
He's durable, man.
He's over 1,000 yards unofficially.
He's durable. He's durable. But you know, just like he said, he's going to owe his teammates a bunch of Big Macs and
good line play.
Wendy's. Yeah,
excellent line play tonight.
Because he's getting a lot of good. You know, your back can't do it without the good line.
You got that right.
He made something out of nothing that time.
Yes, he did, Gary. Broke a couple of tackles there.
He's got to be a bruised up, tired young man.
Tackled by Eamon.
Tackle was made by Eamon once again.
Collins and Cavaney.
Corey's playing an excellent game.
Playing a really good game.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down 8.
Harris is having trouble with his equipment, I think.
Officials timeout.
Looks like his strings in his pants broke.
Down here, that is
Didn't they throw a pass play in here too?
the Cowboy and Rowdy the horse. Rudy and Rowdy.
That's the voice of John Keel.
John Kyle, the voice of the Rough Rider.
Kyle, voice of the Rough Rider. He's been doing that for about 15, 20 years, ain't he?
Yeah, been doing it for a long time, Gary.
Yeah, been doing it for a long time. Him and Sonny used to have a big rivalry, it seemed like. And we got a deep wide out by Alexander and North.
Good pitch, Sean.
We got Harris troops around the right side.
That's a good pitch by Sean Kahn.
Kahn is a really good deceptive quarterback. He's able to hold that ball to the last
sir,
second
he did, Gary.
and still get the ball out to where he's trying to get when the pitch out.
He made that gain possible.
8-yard line where it'll be first and goal to go.
He'll take a lot of punishment just to get that ball to
Yes,
the right ball carrier. Hides it well.
Yeah, he's a good faker, isn't he, Gary?
Yeah,
Excellent.
I don't think he's that fast, but what he uses, he stays within his bounds and does a
Very
good job.
intelligent. Very intelligent.
And Harris reverses his field. Got 2 men to beat, and I believe he's in. No signal.
About the 1 yard line. 1 yard line.
Knocked out of bounds.
That's a touchdown saving tackle by Andrew Primetime Wenzel.
I heard that.
Well, Mike was in there. Mike was in there.
Second down.
Looked like he didn't really get a chance to turn it up like he wanted to. Kept him running laterally across the field. Was able to shove him out. And it's 2nd and 1. London's knocking on the door with a little over 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. London's looking for their second score.
Brad Teal.
It's about time.
Referees don't even know who's got the ball.
I don't either. There's a quick hitter up the middle.
Brad Teal finally got his first run.
He's saying that far, they thought he was on a touchdown.
Brad Teal, the ball carrier. It'll be 3rd down.
And they stopped him. No gain. Jeff is kind of tightened up that middle.
Are you going to come up the middle this time, or are you going around the end?
I think I'd go right up at him. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Yes, sir. With Mike Harris right up over the top.
Quarterback sneak. That's what they went with. And it worked. I called that. Don't hand the ball off to nobody, just grab it and run. They had to work to get in there. West Jeff wasn't giving it to them easy.
No, that was excellent defense.
If they'd have been able to hold them there, that would have might have changed the whole game.
Hogan prepares to kick the extra point.
Now watch how far this boy, he would probably kick over the top of that flagpole.
He got a strong leg.
Got a
My
strong
goodness.
leg.
That's the kind of drive that London needed to have.
They needed that drive because so far they've been kind of lackadaisical. Like you say, I believe it's wearing down. Beautiful kick, and it's good. Boy got a strong toe.
A lot of leg.
A lot of leg.
Hogan's kick is up, and it's good.
And we go into 6 minutes and a half left in the 2nd quarter, and London goes up 14-0.
Yeah, that's 5.5.
I don't know what kind of picture you're getting on that scoreboard. Is the goalpost got you blocked off?
Just the time.
Yeah. And we'll see what kind of strategy he's got here with this kickoff. The last kickoff, he sent it deep and had a really super return. Will we go squib or will we kick? That's the question.
Take it deep.
Display that toe.
Stay in the lanes. That's what kills them. That's why they stay in the lane. That's why they keep squibbing it up.
I think that drive took a lot of starch out of the Rough Riders, Gary.
I think it did too.
Tell by looking at them here.
Well, eventually it's going to take its toll. If the size is that much difference, you're going to see eventually they're going to wear down.
Out and then they go in.
I tell you what, so far they put up a gallant effort.
They played, I think, as well as they can play, to be honest with you.
They ain't even supposed to get those times.
And everybody has a down year. You can't be on top every time. You say once in a while.
I think they only have 5 seniors on this team, Gary.
Another good deep kick. He's going to pick it up almost in about the 2-yard line.
That's prime time.
Good return set up.
Good return by Andrew Wenzel.
Prime time Wenzel, huh?
Yeah, prime time. 6'3".
Is he that tall?
Oh, yeah, 6'3". Big run, too.
They may give London a run for the money in basketball this year.
Oh, yeah. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, because we're not going to have those 2 twin towers like we had the last couple of years.
That'll be interesting this year in basketball.
And Jeff takes over on the own 28-yard line. Trailing 14-0. Who was that, Bill?
That's Jason Bogenreich.
Jason Bogenreich.
Coach Metz is going to try and keep that ball away from London now, Gary. At all costs. He's not going to throw it. You're going to see Bogenreich and Stover running every play.
I want to see if you know what you're talking about now.
I know Metz. He's a good human being. I don't agree with his football philosophy a lot.
I like Dave.
Oh,
Dave and I have always gotten along real good.
Man.
And I respect him as a coach. I think he's a heck of a good coach.
He's more conservative than Bob Dole.
Now we're getting political. Leave that out. I'd tell your dad on you.
I apologize.
Uh-oh. Trouble. Trouble.
That's Smoke Stover. Good run. Awful big hole there on that left side, Gary.
That's the highlight of the game for West Jeff so far.
That'll breathe some life back in those kids.
I know defensive coach for London didn't like what he saw there.
You could have drove a truck through there, Gary.
I've seen that.
They've been doing it.
I don't think Darby could have got through there, though. He's too big.
They're trying to stop the middle.
See, them guys cut on me all last year. All year long, they cut on me, man.
The whole first half, that's all they do.
I just noticed.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm getting a chance to cut back.
Bringing Dwyer into the middle.
Blitz.
Quick hitter up the middle.
Yep. I think London's seen that play before, Gary.
I believe quite a few times. Big bogey. Big bogey. Tackled by Fincham and Drew Dwyer. Fincham's been playing pretty good this year, too. He's had an excellent season so far. I think he was hurt last year at the beginning of the season. He finally got back late in the season, and they haven't been able to move him from that spot since. So
that big Rutherford boy looks awful good in there, Gary.
Yeah, he's playing.
Bradley Rutherford.
Even if they were just flopping over.
There he is. He's at number 72.
Stover carried the ball that time. It must have been a gaggle, wasn't it? Was that a gaggle?
That was a gaggle.
That was a gaggle.
Looked like a gaggle.
On the play, it'll be 3rd down, 9.
Trying to go with all speed on defense. That's what I'm trying to do.
3rd down and 9.
Well, will he throw it, Gary?
3rd and 9. Do they have a choice? I think they will. London's laying for the pass.
Blitz.
Yep, he's set back. He's got good arm.
Their primetime Wenzel.
Yep.
Pass from Doogie Hauser.
And I think he might be hurt.
He'll be all right. That was pretty close to a late hit there.
I don't like to see anybody get hurt. I don't care who it is.
Pass is complete from Howell, is complete to Wenzel. He's hit down out there at the 29.
That was a good pass by Jason Howell.
And a beautiful reception.
Yeah, good catch. And they had to go up and get it.
I like the way Howell set up in the set back there. He waited and he rocked back. Everything was in form. And we'll take a little time out here.
Who is it that down here? Did I see channel 10? That was down here.
Oh, come on!
There's somebody here on the...
And once again, West Jeff is knocking on the door.
That was the first half.
They're on about the
Camera
28, 29-yard line. 1st and 10.
They haven't scored.
2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It's still anybody's ball game, as far as I'm concerned.
It ain't gonna work.
Terrible.
I tell you what, he's trying to make something out of nothing. He just ain't going to go down.
The big hillbilly got 3 yards there. He just took 3 yards, Gary. Well, he was stopped in the backfield. Way to keep those feet moving, Jason.
And I want y'all folks to know that I ain't calling this fella no big hillbilly. That's from one hillbilly to another, not me. I ain't said nothing like that.
He's comfortable with his nickname, Gary.
Is he?
We put that on him when he was in
I don't know him.
when he was in 7th grade.
So I think he's a heck of a good little ball player.
Yeah, he is.
I met him during basketball, and he seemed like a heck of a good kid, too.
Yeah, good. Comes from a very good family.
Like you said, Met's going to keep bucking that middle.
Yep. Keep it up.
But he fooled you when he threw that pass.
Yeah, he did. I was out of character, I'll tell you.
Sometimes you got to go out of character to make things work.
Yeah, they're hitting them, yeah. That's all they did the first half is run the ball, but they never scored.
Jeff hadn't given up. They're steady moving the ball in London. No, not much of a problem. Football players playing cheerleader. Quick hitter up the middle once again. No, quarterback.
That's Doogie Howser.
MD didn't quite make it.
Got to come out running.
Lost yardage.
And we got a 3rd down situation, Bill. What are we going to do?
You better get Wenzel back in there.
4th and 3.
4th down, 5.
Come on. They got to have this one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they have to go for it. Yeah. They have to go for it. This is where they're going to win that football.
They're not going to give us the ball. They're not going to punt the ball here anyway.
No. Huh?
They had it down here like this earlier, and
you got to find some way here.
4th down.
4th and 3, Gary.
4th and 3. About 4th and 5, really. He wanted the markers.
Timeout, West Jefferson.
And we got a timeout, West Jet. Scheffler opting to go for it. They're in the pro eye.
At least to put another
4th and 5. And he got a sack. He's going to get away.
Great escape by Jason Howe, but he didn't get that first down.
Didn't get the first down, but I tell you what, he was running for his life.
Excellent move by Jason to wiggle out of that.
Knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
He didn't look like he was too slow.
He's not slow.
Jeff turns it over on down.
London takes over on down on the 21-yard line. That was a beautiful stand there by London.
Yes, it was.
They basically have kept Jeff outside the 20-yard line.
I think Howe's hurt there, too. He's on the sideline limping. Wenzel's back for West Jefferson now. That's a good sign.
I would expect London to go on one of these long, sustained drives again.
And we got 4 seconds left.
Meyer has a tendency to put the ball up on 1st down after a big play.
We got 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Harris
is gone.
He's on his way. He needed about 1 step.
As David Tumbleson caught up with him there, that's the only kid that had a shot.
There was somebody else, number 58. Who was that, Bill?
That's Eddie Harper.
Eddie Harper. Eddie Harper's out in front of him, and he was running pretty good, too.
How many yards you got, Darby?
35.
I'm looking for Harris to break another 200-yarder tonight. The
Looked
way
like
he's
it, Gary.
running.
That run was 35 yards.
That's 35 or 40 right there, Gary. He might be over 2 now.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, London is, and we're going to see him come our way again.
I'll tell you what.
London's up 14 to nothing. It's been a good ball game, Bill.
It has been.
Between the 20s, London has got a couple scores, but other than that, West Jeff is.
They're playing.
I can't see why they're not. The record's not better than it is.
Playing stubborn just like they always do.
Yeah, they sure are.
You're just good, Zeke. I'm not so good.
That man, he knows where it's at.
See, last year.
Okay, here we go. London takes over on. Had a good run by Harris. And here comes Harris once again. He's looking for a place to go. Picked up about 2 or 3 yards. Harris is, I would say he's got to be over 200.
He's got to be right there, Gary.
Got to be knocking on 200 yards again. He's having an excellent season so far.
Brent North almost went to the wrong huddle again. He did that the other time. Brent North, number 20, he almost went to the wrong huddle again.
Kid don't know where he's going.
Yeah, he kind of got shook up there, rung his bell or something. They were saying that Brent Norris went to the wrong, was headed for the wrong
huddle.
huddle.
Waiting for West Jefferson to get on the field.
They were.
I think the refs are a little homer here.
Mike does a good job of picking his holes.
Sure
He's
does.
very patient. He's got that quick couple steps there.
That's why he's had the success this year, Gary. Mike's under control now.
He's under
Michael
control.
is under control.
Tackled there by Corey Amon.
And it could be a situation because in his sophomore year, he ran over 800 yards. And then he had this, what's his name, come in. The speedster they had.
Yeah, he had to play in Fred's shadow last year.
In Fred's shadow, and it took a little bit out of him, but he hung in there. He's doing a heck of a job now. Calling up under center. Here's another handoff to Harris. And he tripped up at the...
Harris, the ball.
That was Corey Amon. Beautiful tackle by Corey Amon.
It'll be 4th down and about 3.
We haven't mentioned Corey much this evening. He's done an outstanding job tonight, Gary, in that middle, plugging that middle.
And back to Harris, I tell you what, you got to be in shape to carry the ball as many times as you
Yes, sir. What's he, over 20 carries now, Gary?
Put him in the hole.
I'd say it's easy.
I wouldn't give him a chance to get it right here. I would. I got him down like this.
It'd be a mistake if he does that, Dale. If he
hole.
gives up the ball here, it'd be a mistake. He'd better punt that ball.
I'm pretty sure he's going to punt it. Dwyer got that one bad hand.
Good boot. Good boot. Come on, stay here.
It's going in the end zone.
Dwyer's kick goes into the end zone.
You know, are we on the mic, Gary?
Yeah, we're on.
The Rough Riders will take over.
Drew's going to have to speed up his steps. He's going to get a punt block. Taking too long.
He's been doing pretty good so far.
Oh, he's got an awesome leg.
20 of it back.
Yeah, net 25.
1 hour 16 so far.
Well, here's Hal back. I'm glad he's not hurt seriously.
You know
good to see
the
him
thing
come
of it
back.
is, guys, that as long as West Jefferson keeps that ball on the ground, they're helping London. That's all they're, West Jeff, in order to get back in this ball game, they've got to score a touchdown.
And quick.
As long as they're running the ball, it's not going to happen.
I agree with you, Dave. They got to score in a hurry.
And would you call that a gaggle, men?
Well, I believe there's more West Jeff guys underneath there.
Gaggles. What we have? Giggles, gaggles, and Google.
we had another one. I forget what it was. They had a new one they put on.
Over the ball carrier, tackled by Ty Dowler. 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 8.
2nd down for West Jeff. 8 yards on their 22 yard
Gary.
line.
Yeah.
And setting back to pass. Oh, nearly picked off. Thought we was going to have an interception there for a minute.
Oh, Nathan Dorn.
Nathan Dorn.
That's Doogie.
Howell's pass intended for
Bogenreich.
Bogenreich, incomplete.
Incomplete to Bogenreich from Howell.
Down 8.
Well, Bogey's hurting. He paid for that one.
Broken up by Nathan Dorn. Nathan Dorn's a pretty good outside
Yes, he is.
defensive. He plays a good job on defense.
He moves to the ball well, doesn't he, Gary? Goes to the ball
he's
real
got
well.
them genes. Those Dorns were all athletes. The girls are probably as good as the men.
Well, I thought Sandy was better than all of them.
Oh, man.
Nowhere to go.
Stover the ball.
That's excellent defense.
Yeah, excellent defense. Stover was dancing around like he wanted somewhere, but it just wasn't there. It wasn't going to happen.
And Jason Noble.
Jason Noble's in on that tackle. I missed the first
Loss of 2
person.
on the play. It'll be 4th down, 10.
4th and 10. London's kind of tightened up that defense. It's getting
They
tired.
sure have.
What they gonna do? Go
They're
for
shoving them back and shoving them back.
Yeah, it's,
The other
they've kind of
thing
taken over now.
here is London ain't running up the score. London's running up everything else.
This second half has been all London as far as
Sure has.
nobody back. I can't believe that. Woo!
They had a return.
A lot
on
of
that.
action going on there.
We still got good field position, period. Don't give West Jeff a chance.
We're still looking at 8.5 minutes.
Instead at the 38-yard line.
London will take over on the 39. 1st and 10. Well, Bill, so far, have you seen anything? Yeah, you had this first time to see London, isn't it?
It's the first time I've seen London this year, yeah.
This time the game right now.
I think Coach Dobmeyer's played it close to the vest, played it the way he wanted to play it. He's ahead, and he doesn't need to try and score any more points.
Doesn't need to get flashy.
Nope.
About break long one, or
he don't want to show anything to Owen Tansey.
Brad Peel. Boom.
I think he knew coming in there he was going to win this game, Gary.
Well, everybody felt that way, but like you say, West Jeff, you just don't know. It's
Look
up.
here.
It's up.
Con's pass intended for David Harris, incomplete.
David Harris is in the game. What's that?
Outside Jared Alexander, it's incomplete. It'll be second down.
Still wrong. That was 86. Who is that?
That's Noble, isn't it? Isn't that
That's
Noble?
Noble, I think, was pass intended for Noble.
Noble worked the tight end on this side. They came down, went into the middle. They was throwing long to what's called it.
Noble's one dove for it. He's number 86.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Noble dove for the ball.
Pete Roberts.
Here comes Harris, right? Brad Teal. Hey, we finally got a little taste of Brad.
There he is. He's 6 yards.
6 yards in a cloud of dust.
He's across the 45.
And defensive player for London, number 54,
7-yard line.
56.
That's Corey Amon again, Gary.
Amon, he wasn't getting up too quick that time.
Tackled there by
Those Amons are kind of low to the ground, aren't they?
Yes, they're all stocky people.
They get up underneath of you and wear you out. Did Tony go anywhere?
I think Tony's at Miami of Ohio, Gary.
All right. Maybe we'll be hearing about him for a long. 3rd and 2 for London.
Well, Michael danced too long that
Yeah, a
time.
little razzle-dazzle, and he couldn't find anywhere to go.
Tackled by Stover and Harper. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down 3.
Looking for London to score here.
Won't punt again, Gary.
4th and 3. There's that big 72 coming off.
West Jeff going to try to block it.
Huh?
They're going to try to block it. Gary, he don't line up too far back.
They got to send 11 guys after this one, Gary. They got to send 11 people.
And they are. He got it all pretty, and a beautiful
Nice kick. Beautiful
If it
kick.
lay down, be great.
It's going to lay down. It's going to lay down. About the 7 or 8 yard line.
Yeah.
Good kick, Drew Dwyer.
You just got to saying he had to get off quicker. He knows what he's doing back there.
1st and 10.
I used to go out Sunday morning, and Drew would be out there running him. I'd take Eddie Hamilton out. They'd be running track with their dad, with Drew's dad. And they stayed in shape all year round. They worked out year round. So Drew's ready. He's going to end up going to some probably. I look for him to go to some big school.
Definitely has the
size,
ability.
the
Yes, he
strength,
does.
The ability. 6:44 to go in the game. London's up 14-0 as West Jeff takes over deep in their own territory on the 8-yard line. Fine punt by Drew Dwyer.
They were in those flyers. They were in the bag. I don't know where they were.
Runs into 6-3.
Doogie Hauser to Wenzel. Out of bounds. Jason didn't have a lot of time that time.
No, that defense is kind of starting. And
Yeah,
put
they know what's
Jeff
up
in
now.
a situation now where they almost have to throw the ball.
Yes, sir.
They realize that the run is not going to work too well. But you can't get it all in one pass.
That's right, Gary.
You know,
They're looking desperate, though.
I look for some quick hitters, quick inside passes, little short passes over the middle.
Yeah, they've had success over the middle. I don't know why they don't go back to it.
Well, London's kind of changed their defense there a little bit. And Bogey, he just won't go down.
Tackled out there by Chad Good.
Didn't he have a cousin that
3-yard
scored
carry,
something like
7.
Dick Bogenreif.
100 and some points?
Yeah.
At Canaan, wasn't it?
I think he was from down in Solon, wasn't he, Gary?
Yeah, I think he was from Solon. I think the basketball court had a pole in the middle of the floor. He'd hide behind that.
That's before my time, but I've heard of that, Gary. Drew Dwyer just put him in the end zone.
Put him in the end zone. A heck of a tackle by Drew Dwyer.
You got to give him safety on that.
I don't know. They're probably taking the forward progress stop.
I'll tell you what.
They're just taking over the game now.
Yeah, Drew Dwyer overpowered his man, just went right through there.
Well, you know, it's been in favor of West Jeff all night long.
Now we're looking for the touchback. They
Yep.
called a touchback. He still called a touchback.
Yeah,
Terminology's changed so
Yeah.
much that
Officiating's been lousy.
We say that every game, most
That ball should have been marked on the 1-yard line, not the 4-yard line.
Yeah, because he was still fighting, trying to get loose. Uh-oh. And he gets it out of a good kick. Glenn's going to come up with good field position on about the
41.
40.
36-yard line.
36.
Red Raiders will take over 1st and 10.
Harris needs about 12 more yards for 200.
And as the Red Raiders take over once again, I've just been informed that Harris needs something like 12 yards unofficially to go over the 200-yard mark. So I'm sure that Dave Dobmeyer is going to let him get a chance to do it. Here comes Kahn. Go move a little razzle-dazzle. Here we go. Good spin.
Good
And
run.
he's good for about 7 yards. This spin move's a big thing anymore, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, everybody watched Ernest Minor Sunday, you know, in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You're not going to understand if you're stretching
3-yard
out
line.
for
That'll be
first down.
2nd down 2.
I don't know at this time in the game I'd want my quarterback running that ball.
Yeah.
Up 14 to 9.
You're trying to get a first.
He's a go-getter. I guess he deserves to run every now and then. He's back there taking all the punishment and hits me.
Ball hit the ground.
Got a quick hitter that time by Teal. He picked up about, did he get the first?
The 26-yard line.
Tackled by Bogenreich.
Was about another yard for first down.
Timeout for a measurement.
And we're going to have a measurement
There
here.
by Amon and Collins.
London fans are starting to file out.
Tyler Greenwood also on that tackle.
I haven't heard Tyler Greenwood's name tonight. That's the first time I've heard it, or so I just haven't heard it. Maybe he's been doing more.
Tyler's been doing a good job. I think that's the first tackle he's been on tonight, though.
They got his spot.
Can we make it? About an inch. They took that
I'll
one.
tell you what. I don't even want to talk about it.
Please don't.
Spot anyhow.
These guys
We got a
have
group of
been
people
bad
behind us,
since
so
the
if you've been hearing some stuff, they're not with us, but we are in the crowd with the people. So a lot of these comments you might hear are not necessarily coming from us or our group.
Well put, Mr. McNeil. Well put.
First one, run it to touchdown.
Well, when you're put in this situation, you don't know what you're going to get.
On the ball carries across the 25-yard line.
Kahn should have picked up the first down.
Red Raiders.
London's bucking for another score. Bill, I really appreciate you coming out doing this with me.
I enjoyed it,
It's been
Gary.
fun.
I certainly enjoyed
I
it.
know we're both tired. Had to stand up the whole time when they were getting that press box like we thought we was going to get.
It sure looks nice from where I'm sitting over here. And doesn't look crowded either.
No, it doesn't. Bill, but that's the way.
But to be honest with you, Gary, I kind of like the company over here better.
Well, some of these guys I can't stand.
Nice pass.
Good pass on the catch.
Nice pass.
North scores on the pass from Kahn.
Couldn't have thrown any better, Gary.
Could have been thrown right on the money. Good catch. Hung on to the ball. Tackled as he's going into the end zone. And Clark Tobin's getting ready to up his total.
Joe Paterno, here we come.
And there it goes. Pick the ball up in London.
That's it.
Pick the ball up in London.
At least Lily Chapel.
I'm glad he ain't kicking over the open run because I didn't want to play with that ball tomorrow after he kicked it in the open run. You know what I'm saying? You know what comes down open run.
That's right, buddy.
Y'all chill out down there and take that stuff on down there somewhere. And London goes up 21-0, Bill. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide out of here. I'm going to let Dale and the rest of my crew, these guys get in and have some fun this afternoon. Does that sound all right?
Come down here, Maggie.
Just be nice. And Darby, say whatever you want.
Well, I'll tell you what, Billy, it's a lot of fun being here at these games. It's real exciting, you know, this high school football.
I really enjoyed it, Dale.
And it's really good to see you tonight. I'm glad that Gary had you over, buddy.
It was my pleasure.
And
believe me, my pleasure.
I know Dave Caldwell, the Master Zeke, he's been making some comments here in the background. You may have heard him this season. Yeah.
Looks like another
Dave
playoff run for London to me, Dale.
Yeah, it looks about that way, too. What do you think about that, Dave?
You know, the thing is, London needs some help. They've got to have some, even West Jefferson's got to win some ball games here on out. Jonathan Alder's got to take care of some teams for us. We've got to have some wins from these other schools.
Well, the computerization, how they rank the schools now, and as far as being placed in the playoffs, the victories by the opposing team that you have defeated definitely plays a major role in the ratings. And so we have London kicking off here, and it's a deep kick all the way down to the 5. And he's taking his time looking for a hole, and he's tackled just around the 20-yard line.
The 5-yard line, and he turns it out to the 20, where it'll be the Rough Riders' ball, 1st and 10.
Bill, what do you think about the London team? Is this the first time that you've seen them this year?
The first time I've seen them this year, Dale, they're very strong. I don't think you've seen how good they're going to play. I don't think the coach wanted to show you all his weapons tonight, to be honest with you.
You know, usually a ball club that has been to the playoffs, and they continue to move progressively further in the playoffs. And I'll come back to that point in just a moment. And we have number 6, isn't that Stover? Adam Stover. And he looks like he stopped there by number 86, Jason Noble, and a gaggle of London players. Dave, is there anything that you want to get in here and say?
You know, it looks like to me that West Jefferson has just conceded this game. You know, he's still running the ball up the middle. That just shows you that West Jefferson's down this year. You know, and it's really bad, too, because West Jeff has always been a fine team, and they've always been close. They're always in the playoff here. And, you know, it just shows that he doesn't have all the equipment that he's had in the past.
And we just had an interception by the London defense, number 46, Pete Robinson.
That young man's played a fine football game, Dale. Peter Robinson's been all over this football field.
He sure has tonight, Bill. There's a lot of these London Red Raiders that have played a real good ball game tonight. And, well, of course, we're looking for a lot more good ball.
It's going to be a beauty next Friday, Dale.
Friday night.
When Jacob Zollop comes to town, it's going to be some ball game.
Number 5, Jacob Zollop from Olden Tansy. And the next week, folks, we'll be looking for you there at the game. Show up. Let's get some support out here. We have a real good turnout over here in West Jeff tonight. And I know that the cameraman can't see it right now, but they have a big banner walking down in front of the London stands, L-Town banner. All the fans are hollering and cheering about the London Red Raiders. There you go, folks. That's what this high school football is all about. And we have London with the ball, 1st down and 10 on the 24-yard line of West Jeff. And it looks like we still have the starting lineup in there for London. And Kahn is under center. And he comes out and he fakes the teal. He pitches out to Harris. Harris is turning the corner. He's got some room. And he's all the way down to about the 12-yard line. And Harris is down to the 12-yard line, folks.
Old Prime Time saved a touchdown there.
I think unofficially they may have taken Harris over 200 yards.
He's definitely over 2, Dale.
201. Our unofficial statistician, Darby Calhoun, 201. Folks, Darby does a great job with this. He does it with paper. Dave Caldwell does it in his head. Dave can tell you all of a sudden what he has.
I guarantee you can.
We have 1st down and 10 from the 12. We got Harris going off that right side, and he drives all the way down to about the 2-yard line.
You know, the thing of it is, guys, it just looked like London's finally wearing West Jefferson down. They're finally being able to control the line of scrimmage like they've wanted to do the whole ball game.
Exactly right, Dave. They blew them off line of scrimmage that time.
Well, now as you take a look at the West Jeff defense as they're standing there, you see they got their hands on their hips. They're tired. And we have an official timeout.
we got an official timeout.
We had some predictions before this game.
I'll say it, you said it.
Darby Calhoun had asked me, Dale, what did I think about the score was going to be? And I said, well, I thought London 28, West Jeff 7.
You just
Dave
heard what
Caldwell
Gary said.
Dave Caldwell had London. He was picking London by about 50, which I think it should have been something like that. Folks, you have to remember that we are biased towards London. We had one unbiased person in that crowd tonight. That was Bill Barkley.
We all have a question here. Where's London's Buffalo package?
Now, that's a good question. And Mike Harris, touchdown, London.
And London finally scored, and I got a chance to hear the distant assistant. I know his mouth never stopped all the time he's down there. Did you say anything while he's down there, Bill?
I just
he won't let you talk, man.
He won't let you out of the way, Gary.
I'm just kidding. We have a good time up here. Like I say, next week we'll have the crew back. Zeke will be back at the helm with Darby Calhoun. Dale will be down on the field, doing the color on the field. With the new equipment, we hope to be able to do a little bit better job than what we've been doing. And there goes another ball to London. They're running out of footballs. I was 49 seconds left in this game. London just went up 28. I predicted 28 to 6, I think it was. 6 or 7.
28-7, yeah.
You got a powerhouse there in London because you don't come in here and do this to West Jefferson. You know that?
Yeah.
You don't beat these people that easy.
You know, Gary, just a few minutes ago, Darby Calhoun asked me whatever happened to the Buffalo package. Remember last year, the London's offense had the big buffaloes that they would put in the backfield. I think we have some of those buffaloes on the sidelines here. We can take a look at some of those numbers down there, number 70 and some of the bigger fellas. They could put a Buffalo package out there if they wanted to.
Yeah, they probably could, but I think we've turned it over to an Elks this year.
Yeah, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you, London will travel to Olentangy next week. West Jefferson is here at home.
They're telling him. They're telling him.
We are here at home. It's either Clinton Massey or Utica. Clinton Massey.
I can't believe the voice of the Rough Riders doesn't know where he plays at next Friday.
The voice of the Rough Riders usually knows it all. You guys got to know.
Please drive safely on the way.
You keep hearing me telling people they got to go. The kids are running over our equipment. I got to come protect this.
Yep.
So that's what I'm talking about, folks. When I'm saying you guys got to go. And Tobin puts another one in the end zone.
Goodness.
Oh, it hit at the goal line.
It's right at the goal line.
Huh? That ball hit right dead on the bowl line. On the bowl line, I said. How do you think like that?
A lot of legs.
What bowl game we going to?
How about the one tomorrow? Ohio State and Notre Dame.
Hey, go Ohio State. Tobin putting the toe to that one, wasn't he? I think that was a smart decision on the returner. How much time we got, Carl?
Huh?
West Jefferson now has Tony Monteverde at quarterback.
What's that?
I said, we at home, don't be going on.
Number 20, Craig Stone at halfback.
I ain't stupid.
Number 22, J.J. Simmons, or 28, J.J. Simmons at quarterback.
Got a good shot of the mascot and the cheerleaders there.
Yeah.
They've been doing a fine job. As finally Dobmar brings the first team off the field with a score of 28-0. And I know this is a hard pill to swallow for West Jeff.
Gary, can you remember from last year what the name of the London mascot is?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Red Raider.
Red the Raider.
Yeah. Red, that's the ugliest mascot I ever seen, too. That thing is ugly, man. He put the U in ugly, I'm telling you.
I hope Red doesn't take offense to that. Just be out there next week at Olentangy.
Got them braids, got them dreadlocks.
You came to London.
Yeah, they do.
Is them dreadlocks that mascot's got? And West Jeff's second string going up against London. Got a bunch of clean jerseys in there now.
Yeah, that's the juice. Getting his first carry of the evening.
I think this is mainly the reserve team that they're bringing out there now, getting ready for tomorrow morning.
And they're going to let the clock run down.
30 seconds left.
I'd love to see us get the ball on offense right quick and give Clerk a chance to get a hold of the ball, but it's not going to happen. Want to see Clerk, you had to come to the Saturday morning game. He'll get his chance next year. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Juice was looking for a place to sit down. He went out of there.
I'd like to see him score so my prediction would come up.
Oh,
Man,
boy.
9 seconds left in the game.
And counting down.
And counting.
Well, I hope nobody gets in trouble this evening on the way home, Gary.
Carl, I think the band's going to come down the field, so we'll pick them up when they come down. And London comes out victorious, 28-0. Bill, well, what'd you think? You enjoyed what you was doing tonight?
I sure enjoyed it. Enjoyed being here with you, Gary.
It's
always a pleasure.
I appreciate you coming.
Always a pleasure.
I appreciate what all you've done, raising money for the camera. And I thank you once again. I thank you.
Quit that. You thank me enough.
Buddy.
That's over.
I appreciate it.
Let's go on to the next chapter for you and I.
Okay. All right, baby. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Get Carl, get a chance to pick up the band. That's about the only shots we can get of them this week. Once again, I got my whole crew. Be fun to have the whole crew back again next week. Try some new stuff. Not guaranteeing it's going to be the greatest, but we're going to try it.
I know you're going to come up with something, Gary.
We're going to work on it. We're working on it. Catch the London Marching Band, Red Raiders Marching Band, as they leave the field, and they'll take us home. Little boogie.
You know, Gary, this was a real good night for football.
Hey, all last year we had super weather, and so far it's been that same way this year.
Good to see you, man.
Couldn't have been better for football. Okay, we'll take it down, huh? Take it off on the scoreboard. Once again, the score 28-0. London comes up victorious. Good night. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.